Hi, good day everyone. My name's Wendy Inez. I'm the Sales Director for accesso ShoWare, and I want to thank you for joining us for today's webinar on the latest in performing arts ticketing. I'm joined today by Missy Allnut. Missy is a sales engineer joining us from Liverpool, New York, and today's webinar will provide you with an understanding of the accesso ShoWare platform and ticketing features specifically designed for the theater and performing arts markets. If you have questions during the webinar, please use the question box in your GoToMeeting console, and then our webinar organizer, Katie, will collect them, and we'll be able to address all questions following the presentation. So here's a quick look at our agenda for today's webinar. We'll give you an introduction to accesso, who we are. We'll talk about the accesso ShoWare Solution and the market-specific features that focus on theater and performing arts. And next we'll talk about some recent developments across the platform, and then finally we'll dive into a live demo with Missy. So let's get started. In the theater and performing arts worlds, there's always going to be a focus on the ways to build loyal patrons, patrons that mature from single ticket buyers to package or season subscribers, and patrons that give generously to organizations like yours to help achieve its fundraising goals. And when a patron becomes a member of your organization, it's the highest compliment that they believe in your vision, in what you stand for, and that you can count on them to be a promoter of your organization. That all begins with a ticket. At accesso, we believe technology has the power to redefine the guest experience, and everything we do starts with us thinking about that guest experience first, which allows us to help simplify operations, improve guest satisfaction, and drive growth for our clients. A little background first on accesso. We are arguably one of the largest ticketing providers in the world, and across our platforms we're servicing 1,000 plus venues across 26 countries, and as a publicly traded company on the London Stock Exchange, we're earning $93 million in revenue for our investors. And what you should take away from that overall is security and reliability. Accesso is a large company that has a significant footprint in ticketing, and not just some organization that's going to disappear tomorrow or next year. We have the right experience for the right industry, supporting operations at theme parks, to water parks and zoos, to sporting events and cultural art venues like yours. And as a measure of our progress as a company, accesso was able to invest $16 million directly back into R&D across its platforms. That's equal to some of our competitors' entire annual revenues, and it's a huge point of differentiation. We invest heavily in our products because our industry demands it, and because our clients benefit from it, and because it makes a positive difference in the patron experience. So let's focus on accesso ShoWare, the product best suited for theaters and performing art venues like yours. accesso ShoWare is a cloud-based software as a service model that supports on-site and e-commerce ticketing solutions, all in real time and across a single database. And as a hosted system, accesso ShoWare takes on all of the responsibility for uptime and backups and redundancy and security and compliancy of the system. The platform's PCI Level 1 certified, and we've always approached security a bit differently than our competitors, engineering right from the start with independent secure databases. accesso ShoWare supports all the features you'd expect in the theater and performing arts markets, including secure online sales and private label branding that promotes your venue and your brand, in-house control to access the system directly to manage the operational details of ticket selling, reserved seating, of course, along with GA or even both in the same seat map, responsive design, so no matter what device you're accessing the system, it automatically responds to the correct screen size. And you don't lose any functionality either. You can still pick seats and use coupons and access member discounts in a mobile view. Access control is supported for validation and security across your admissions, as well as gift card and payment solutions that meet your needs and are also EMV compatible. But let's talk about what accesso ShoWare does better for this unique market. Our solution is fully customizable, meaning the patron's going to see your brand and your voice through a number of content management tools where you can promote your events and performances and add images and descriptions, YouTube videos, even customize the landing pages with HTML-enabled tools. accesso ShoWare offers unique upsell and cross-sell opportunities with custom promotions that are triggered automatically when a patron puts the tickets in their basket. This is ideal to help promote single-ticket buyers to upgrade to bundles or packages that increase value to your organization. Our recent development towards integrated email marketing means you'll easily be able to create, schedule, and analyze email campaigns using the patron data and sales history directly out of the system. We'll discuss dynamic pricing here in a moment to show you how the accesso ShoWare platform can capitalize on the increased demand by automatically increasing ticket prices at certain inventory thresholds. And we'll also touch on new enhanced solutions for the mobile market, including ticket delivery, transfer, and scanning. accesso ShoWare has a robust fund development module for our theater and performing arts clients to support the power of memberships and donations to increase patron giving. And lastly, our platform supports 90+ standard system reports with various filters and criteria that allow our clients to create customized outputs and support the analytic and reporting needs of any demanding executive director. And I don't want to underestimate the value and expertise of our wonderful support team at accesso ShoWare. We've talked about how accesso is a big company, but honestly we've been able to retain that small business feel with direct support from dedicated account reps that service your organization, beginning with initial installation to training to providing ongoing support. The value of that dedicated support is that your rep knows your business, has interacted and trained your staff, and understands your unique operations. You'll never dial a 1-800 support line and reach a stranger on the other end. Client support's available 24/7, 365 with a bi-coastal team that's there when you need them. So let's switch gears and we'll discuss some of the specific ways in which accesso ShoWare product is geared for theater and performing arts, starting with the power of memberships. Our system allows organizations to leverage the power of memberships to increase patron loyalty, grow attendance, and increase annual giving. Membership has benefits, and that's the core component behind our membership module. Everyone wants to feel like a VIP. The system allows you to create and identify members at multiple levels and provide benefits like discounted ticket offers, early access to buy, even tools to track free ticket allowances. We support member card printing and an automated renewal process with programmed reminders and completely customizable messages. Memberships can be instantly recognized and activated in the cart for instant patron gratification, and because we support unlimited multi-level memberships with benefits, you have the flexibility to assign different perks to each level. For example, a gold level member can have a greater discount or earlier access to buy as compared to a silver or bronze level member. It's all in your control to help grow attendance with compelling member offers. I want to talk a little bit about our roundup donation functionality and how we've seen a significant impact from increased giving. The data here on the left comes from a client that had 1,915 roundup donations in 1 year. Now the roundup is simply a prompt to the patron at the end of their ticket order to consider giving a small donation, anything from pennies to dollars to help support the organization. So in just 1 year, this client's average donation out of those 1,900 some donations was $5.17, not just pennies, but what really surprised us was that actually 50% of those donations were at the $5 or more rate. And compare that to the national average, where just 15% gave $5 or more. So Roundup works, and it works very well. And we'll get to see how easy that is when we dive into the live demo with Missy in just a few moments. So before we dive in, a couple of ways we want to highlight some of the most recent features that are coming out of our development team for theater and performing arts markets. And the first will be our email marketing integration. accesso ShoWare is now integrated with Emma, a provider of best-in-class email marketing software and services. This allows our clients the ability to create, schedule, and analyze email campaigns directly from the accesso ShoWare system without having to log into a separate email provider. The tool is fully integrated to the platform and has simple and intuitive tabs that walk you through the building of the campaign and then programming the action links and segmenting the delivery list. You can preview your email, publish it for automated delivery, and also report on delivery rates, open and click rates, along with conversion rates that detail the number of tickets sold and the revenue earned from each campaign. It's a simple and streamlined way to use the data within your ticketing system to quickly promote offers to the right theater audience. Next, we'll talk about a great new development that helps drive sales through easy-to-configure tools that automatically shift ticket prices based on demand. With accesso, ShoWare's inventory-based dynamic pricing, organizations can quickly and easily set up price changes that take effect automatically when the house reaches certain set inventory thresholds. So ShoWare has always supported dynamic pricing changes that were triggered by date, but this new development offers pricing triggers by inventory. So inventory is automatically monitored and you can easily schedule one or more automatic price changes. Percentages and number of tickets remaining are calculated against the total inventory and then automatically deploy the price change the moment your inventory hits that threshold. It's a real game changer for a number of performing arts organizations who are doing this manually or worse, not at all, and missing out on basic supply and demand principles that help increase your bottom line. The next feature enhancement is another development that came directly out of the live entertainment and theater arts worlds to help marketing departments easily administer to promotions that still preserve the higher value inventory while offering discounted tickets fairly across their entire patron base. With pricing code purchase limits, your organization can pre-program quantity limits on specific pricing redemptions, and then when the limit is reached, the pricing code is automatically disabled. So let's say you have a sponsored promotion for $5 off the ticket price, but you want to limit that offer to just 100 tickets. You set the performance price limit to 100 tickets on that pricing code, and then the system automatically disables the offer after the limit is reached. In another scenario, maybe you want to place purchase limits on high-demand performances to restrict purchases by individuals. So this is different from just a basket limit because that doesn't necessarily stop someone from coming back into your site to make additional purchases. With patron purchase limits, the system tracks the patron's email to validate and then limit the purchase to the programmed max. So this is perfect for fan club or VIP club offers to fairly offer inventory to your patrons. The enhancements here can use in conjunction with coupons or membership restrictions and help organizations control the number of total offers or discounted tickets that are available to the consumer. Are you ready for the mobile revolution? And a mobile revolution it is. Forecasts show that over 32 billion, that's billion with a B, ticket purchases globally will take place on a mobile device by 2019. And accesso ShoWare has developed functionality with this in mind and is ready to support your mobile sales operations. Patrons can now use Apple Wallet to enjoy fast and convenient access to their accesso ShoWare mobile tickets. Ticket forwarding allows customers the freedom to send tickets to friends and family separately who might be arriving separately. And with new printed home enhancements, your customers can now access tickets through an HTML link that is updated in real time and provides additional sponsor and ad revenue areas for your venue. Apple Wallet's geolocation feature recognizes when users are approaching your venue and then automatically opens the tickets for easy access to your events. And the ticket images are configurable within the system as well, giving you another way to express your brand. Ticket forwarding provides another convenient option for your guests and removes barriers to purchase while promoting fast and efficient seating of guests during the show. Guests don't necessarily want to wait outside for their perpetually late friend, and you'd rather have them inside ordering concessions, so instead allow patrons to forward tickets to friends arriving separately. It helps even out the crowd flow and get groups checked in faster. The all-new HTML printed home format provides venues the ability to customize ticket templates with messaging at the performance level, providing more branding opportunities than ever. And this becomes especially valuable for sponsor or producer relationships, giving your organization more power to sell ad space or just promote special offers on the ticket real estate that you control. Newly re-engineered web scanning functionality in accesso ShoWare gives our clients more options around ticket scanning equipment. With USB on-the-go and Bluetooth connectivity, clients can validate 1 and 2D barcodes using a variety of connected mobile devices. These lower-cost hardware options enable you to convert any smartphone or tablet into a high-performance scanner. And these new devices are an alternative to our enterprise scanning solution that utilizes the Motorola MC55 scanners. So whatever your theater's unique needs, we have a perfect solution to meet your scanning goals. And with that, I will ask Missy to share a live demo of the product. Let me go ahead and get you set up here, Miss.
Okay. All right. I hope everybody can see my screen right now. Thank you, Wendy, and thank you, everybody, for joining today's webinar. So my demo today is going to first focus on the front end of our solution. I'm going to try and touch on all these features and functionality that Wendy has covered in her presentation. And then what we'll do is we'll visit the back end of the solution, the administrative side, to see what tools are used to create and define your events. My goal today is to show you how flexible and intuitive accesso ShoWare is and how easy it is to create your patron experience. So let's take a look. First, let's talk about branding. It is all about you. As a client of accesso ShoWare, we will brand your site to your look and feel. This is your site and should be represented that way. We are an integrated solution, so whether you're ticketing, donating, or memberships, everything is under one umbrella. So whether you use one or all of our modules, all the data is consolidated into your patron database and can be utilized for your reporting and your marketing endeavors. We support both packages as well as bundles online. So packages being that fixed subscription or season, you choose which performances make up that package, and then your patron sits in the same seat for each of those performances within that same venue. And then there's bundles, which will allow your patrons to be able to create their own flexible package based on a list of events or performances that you choose. What makes our bundles better is that they can go across multiple venues, and that's important to know. On the right-hand side, you're going to see some widgets. These widgets can be utilized or turned off based on your requirements. So if you want to utilize a calendar, feel free. Categories, browsing by venues if you have multiple venues, utilize these widgets to your advantage. So let's go ahead and purchase a single ticket, and let's go and see Phantom of the Opera. As Wendy said, there's a lot of content management tools that you have at your disposal to be able to utilize and create your patron experience. So across the top, we've got a banner. Banners can be used to talk about the current event that your patron is purchasing. Maybe it's thanking a sponsor for that particular event that they've helped by presenting you some money for. Maybe it is talking about an upcoming event. If I slide down here, there's a lot of real estate here. I can add more description. I can add a YouTube video. On the right-hand side, you're going to see some upsells. So I can consider a package. Phantom of the Opera happens to be part of my package. So I'm already buying a ticket for Phantom of the Opera. Maybe I want to consider purchasing the package and receiving some discounted pricing. And the same with bundles. So these are those upsells and cross-sells that Wendy was talking about. At the bottom, we have related events. Related events are set at the event level, and you can choose which events or performances you want to be able to drive more sales to. And again, this is just another upsell, another way to show your patrons that there's more coming through your theater, through your performing arts center that they may want to consider. So let's go and purchase Saturday's performance of Phantom of the Opera. There are a couple ways that you have the ability to be able to choose seats as a patron on the online side of the accesso ShoWare platform. So quick pick. You can choose your number of seats, you can choose your price point, and the system will automatically pick what's next best available. Or you have the ability to allow your patrons to pick and choose their own seat. And by hovering over each one of these sections, it's going to show what the name of the section is, as well as how many tickets are available. Now, as a client of accesso ShoWare, you don't have to show how many tickets are available if you don't want to, but certainly have that option to do so. I always like to sit in the orchestra, so I'm going to pick seats that I want to sit into in the orchestra. Again, more real estate, more ways for you to be able to create that patron experience by offering them more information during this transaction process. And again, the messages are all customer defined and created by you. My orchestra section is showing all the seats that are available. You can see obviously that is an easy key. If I didn't have a key, all I would have to do is hover over a particular seat to see what the price point is. If I scroll down, you can also go into your venue with your camera and go to each section, take a picture and upload it, and show that view from the section, again creating a patron experience. We are ADA compliant, so feel confident in selling those wheelchair seats, vision impaired, hearing impaired, or even those obstructed view seats. Because if I try and put a wheelchair seat into my basket, it will invoke your message. Again, a customer-defined message created by you, just asking me again, do I really want this particular ADA seat? If not, then obviously I'll go back and pick another seat. Another thing that our solution will not allow is an orphan seat. So I'm trying to purchase the second seat in on row B. If I hit reserved, it's going to invoke another message, just letting us know that we will not allow to leave a second or a single empty seat. And the reason is it's just not easy to sell those orphan seats. So I'll go ahead and I'll comply with the rules and pick a couple seats here. And we're going to reserve these tickets. So we've landed into our shopping cart. A lot's going on in our shopping cart. First, I want to show you that if I click down on my price points, you're going to see I can buy a regular price point at $60, or I've got a child seat that I can purchase at $50. You also see that I have a coupon code enabled here, and even up above you're going to see that there is the ability to purchase memberships. As Wendy said, memberships bring benefits. Our system will automatically recognize a member. If I'm a member, all I have to do is log in. If I log into my account and then go back to my basket, I now have the ability to have a $45 price point because I'm a gold member. It recognizes me. If I was not a member and put a membership in my basket, it would do the exact same thing. Coupon codes. Wendy mentioned that this is, we've always enabled and allowed coupon codes, but what we've now done is created the ability to have inventory against it, whether that be a total inventory of 100, like Wendy mentioned, or maybe a patron total. So if I open up my coupon and I'll put my coupon code, which is coupon, it will unlock that particular price point. So again, I scroll down and now I've got my $5 off of 55. Now, if I had that 2 patron limit and I tried to put a third in a basket, it would come back with an error. Here in the blue is what we call a call out, or another way to upsell. And this is done at the performance level. So you could have a different upsell for each one of your performances. In my case, I'm just talking about membership provides benefits, and I can learn now, and it would drive me directly to the membership page that I wanted that patron or all patrons to be able to see and be able to learn about my memberships and hopefully put one of those memberships in their basket. I'm just going to take my 2 fully priced tickets and I'm going to proceed to my checkout. Because I am a member, because I signed in and logged in as a member, it's recognizing me already, so it's bringing me directly to my streamlined checkout. Had I not signed in as a member, it would provide me several options. One is to come in as a returning user. Secondly, to create a new profile. Or third, a new feature that we released within the last year is our guest checkout, which would offer a shorter checkout process. Yesterday I was in a meeting and one of our clients has actually realized about a 115% growth in revenue after they implemented the guest checkout. So obviously as a performing arts patron or as a performing arts center, patron data is extremely important to you, especially to your marketing efforts. So if your venue is maybe located in a destination area or maybe even a larger city that brings in visitors, the streamlined or the guest checkout could provide more sales to you. But with our guest checkout, you're still capturing that name in an email. So what that's providing to you is the ability to be able to pull reporting again on the back end and be able to still market to those guest checkout patrons. So back to our streamlined checkout, everything is 1, 2, 3. So my first step is our delivery method. Again, customer defined. You create those delivery methods, add a per ticket fee to it if you want to. I'm just going to go ahead and do my print at home. At any time, if I change my mind, I have the ability to do so. Payment. We do work with a gift card provider if you want to be able to talk with them and create a program for you. Otherwise, you're just entering in your credit card information and we will support all credit cards that you want to invoke. And then we will complete our order. As an accesso ShoWare client, you can incorporate the ability to protect your tickets, so your patrons would pay a fee, not to you, but to an outside third party that would insure their tickets in the event that they couldn't come to your show. And if they couldn't, then they would reimburse your patron on your behalf. If this is not important, then you certainly wouldn't turn it on in the back end of the solution. Wendy talked a little bit about the ability to do roundup. Roundup is awesome, and as a not-for-profit, it can turn those pennies into many, many, many dollars. But you could even utilize this if you were a for-profit organization. So think outside the box and think about organizations that you want to work with or that you are building relationships with. You could utilize your roundup functionality at the basket or at the checkout and provide them the ability to be able to help them reach their goals. So you have the ability to do, keep the money for, in-house or help other organizations. Either way, it's a win-win. And like I said, we found through a lot of our reporting and through a lot of our clients that are currently utilizing Roundup that it is really making a huge difference. So my shopping cart total is $126. I can round up to the next dollar, which would add a $1 roundup donation in my basket. You do have the ability also to make other suggested amounts if you want to. We'll finalize the sale by just telling us where did you hear about us, so that's that return of investment. And then here's more real estate again. So utilize this space any way you want to. You can thank them for the order. You can even let them know that exchanges are not a possibility, all sales are final, etc. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to place our order. Every order has a unique order number, and every order, whether it be on the box office side or online, is going to have a confirmation email sent to them. And in my case, because I gave the dollar, and if I set up the thank you email on the back end of the system, then I'm going to get a thank you for my $1 donation. So my email confirmation, again, customizable to you. So you're seeing my customization with the accesso ShoWare brand. It's going to be branded to you. I had printed home tickets, I had mobile tickets, and it's going to show me all of the tickets that I purchased along with that $1 donation. I go back, and I know that Wendy showed you the printed home, but here it is a little larger. Again, you have the ability on the back end at the performance level to be able to create this printed home ticket. So every performance could have a different look and feel. You've got the real estate to be able to use to add pictures like we did. Maybe it's a coupon, maybe it's a map. And then again, more information where you have the ability to create a message just about this particular performance if you want. Wendy talked about mobile tickets and the ability to be able to forward those mobile tickets. So here are my mobile tickets, and you're going to see here I have the ability to email one or more. So if I want to email these 2 tickets to Wendy because we know she's going to be late, I can do that by entering in her email address here and then emailing those tickets. And now she's going to have those mobile tickets on her phone to be able to come to your venue and be able to be scanned in. So we've gone through the front end of our solution. Let's take a look at the back end of the solution, or the administrative side. So this is what we would call a dashboard, and this is where your users land utilizing their username and password, and each user has specific security permissions that are allowed to them, and so based on those security permissions is what they would see and what they would be able to accomplish within the back end of the solution. So let's talk about sales of tickets on the back end of the solution before we go into the administrative tools a little bit. First and foremost, touch screen. This is a great new feature to our solution. So think of it as a night of performance maybe. Maybe you can take one of your box office staffers, man them with a tablet, and allow them to go into those lines and sell those tickets immediately from this touchscreen module. And again, all you're doing is you're picking your tickets, you're picking your sections if you want to, and you're just going to pick your price points, add them to the basket. Your payment, whether it's check or, I'm sorry, cash probably at that point, or credit card, and then putting in their email receipt. So what you're doing now is you're emailing them the mobile tickets. They're now jumping out of line and being able to go in and get scanned for that particular performance. The other way to sell through the box office is through our call center. And you're going to see here that we have multiple ways to be able to look up and be able to, based on criteria, find performances for our patron, whether that patron is in front of us or on the phone. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to just change this to seat map, and you know what, let's clear the form anyway. Let's just clear everything out and start fresh. So we have the ability to look at things through performances and packages, or maybe it's just a donor. We can just click on donations and only see what is in donations. We've been buying for Phantom of the Opera, so well, if we just do the event of Phantom of the Opera and click search, it's going to provide us with all of our performances for Phantom of the Opera. But what if I only want to see Saturday performances of Phantom of the Opera? I can click on my Saturday icon, and now it's filtered even further. So there's a lot of filtering that you have the ability to do up here to find the performance that is going to fit the need of your patron. So let's go ahead and again purchase tickets to Phantom. Again, you have the ability if you wanted to, and you could do a list view if you want to, if you know exactly what section your patron wants to be able to sit in, or use the seat view as well. And again, same restrictions as online. I have the ability to see how many seats are available. And then we click into the seat section that we want. Now, a little bit different than from the front side, isn't it? Because it's giving us more color. It's letting us see that we've got some hold tickets here, If I hover over any of the sold tickets, it's going to show me who purchased those tickets. And again, we have the ability, based on permissions, to be able to sell any of these tickets that we want to. We can see a view from the seat, so if my patron's in front of me, I could turn my screen if I wanted to. If I wanted the whole section, hey, click on the plus. If I wanted one entire row, I can do that as well. So you have multiple ways to be able to choose the seats for your patrons. You're going to notice through the box office sale, to move through the process, everything is green. So moving through, you're starting at the bottom, we're at the green, and it's going to move us through each section and up at the top. So what you're doing is following the green. If there's any errors, it's going to come back as a red. I can always go back by clicking on the back button, red, etc. So now I've got my basket. Because we're in the box office, based on permissions again, I can sell multiple price levels. I know that, you know, I've got maybe seniors, or I've got child price points, or I know that this person is a member. You can add a patron anytime you want to. So I'm going to go ahead and add myself right now. I can add it earlier. I could add it at the checkout portion. But by adding it now, you're going to see all of my criteria is front and center to your patron, or I'm sorry, to your box office staffers. You're going to see that I'm a gold member. You're going to see my classification as a donor. So what this does is provides just more information to your box office staffer to know who they are talking to. If this was a night of performance and you just wanted to get your patrons in the door, you're going to put their tickets in the basket and you're going to click on the middle section here, which is what we call the anonymous sale. You can still capture some demographic information here if you want to, or you're just going to swipe the credit card, receive the cash, the tickets are going to print. So literally 2 clicks, your patrons are in the door. But for our demo purposes today, we're going to go through the slow-mo motion of a checkout. I've already included myself as the patron. The delivery options, again, are created and customer defined by you. And you still want to be able to capture that marketing question. Our system allows multiple addresses, so you have the ability to choose those addresses if you want to. Our system also does a split and partial payment. Now, if I was sitting in front of you, I swipe my card and I've got my tickets. But split and partial payment will allow you to have multiple tenders in the same transaction. So if I wanted to, on my $305 order, give $100 in cash and the rest in check, you have the ability to do so. We'll just go ahead and put $305 in cash. The comment fields, I'll make a quick note about that. You have the ability to add a comment field to each one of your payment types, or any, and the comment field then could be made mandatory. So in the case of a check, maybe we need to capture that check number. In the case of a comp ticket, maybe we need to know who that comp ticket came from, so that you've got that back-end reporting to understand. We'll go ahead and we'll continue on, and you can see our green bar is continually moving forward. One final confirmation, take a look and place our customer order. Our order has been placed, my tickets have been printed, and we're either going to, send them, or they were printed home, whatever the case may be. So that was a sale in our, what we call, call center. So we're back at our dashboard now. And on the left side, this is all of our administrative tools. This is kind of where you create everything. When you're a brand new client, you start at system configuration. This is the first tab you go to, because this is where you set up all of your site settings. This is where you set up all of your system messages. And when we say that we are customizable, we are customizable. You're setting up all the messages to match what you want to convey to your patrons through the entire sales process. Up at the top of my administrative bar here, we'll kind of just look a little bit at each segment. I'll dive deeper into a couple of them that I know that Wendy kind of touched on as far as some of our features and functionality to show you where they live. So ticket management, so this is an easy way as far as holds and orders go This is a great place for you to be able to run lists of your orders, of your holds based on specific criteria, or just look up one. This is where you're going to do any of your batch ticket printing, whether that's for will call or if you're going to do mailing of tickets. And if you're so inclined and do group orders, we do support the ability to be able to do invoicing as well as receivables. Under our Patrons and Members tab, this is where, again, you have the ability to look up one patron, multiple patrons, create lists, export those lists off into Excel, slice and dice, do whatever you want to with them, and obviously the ability to be able to merge any duplicate patrons that you may have. Access control, this is the section where you would be setting up your scanners and being able to set up a printed home ticket layout if it was just a standard layout, but as you saw earlier, you have the ability to create a printed home for every one of your performances, and they can all be different. And this is also where you would set up your Apple Wallet ticket layout. So again, Wendy showed you a nice diagram of a ticket layout. You have the ability to incorporate all of your pictures, your logos, and whatever else you want to incorporate into it. And this is what your Apple Wallet would look like for all tickets placed in the Apple Wallet. We're going to spend a little bit of time in events and performances, and what I'm going to do is talk about performances. Within the accesso ShoWare platform, you would create an event first as the umbrella, and then you will create performances underneath. So what we're going to do is look at Phantom, because we were in Phantom before, and we're going to find the performance that we've been selling to. That, I believe, was February 25th. Within the performance level, everything is tabulated. So general settings is where you're going to set up your event name, your performance date, your online sales times, your delivery methods. This is our printed home that you already saw. The cool thing about HTML is I could easily change out this photo, and it's going to change all of the HTMLs already delivered. We talked about content management tools and the ability to provide more information to your patron to create that experience. So you have the ability to create the printed home experience by personalized, not personalized, but more of a messaging about that performance. We'll slide up and we'll talk a little bit about pricing. Wendy mentioned the pricing codes and the ability to be able to set limits on pricing codes. So that's done in the pricing section of your performance. And here we've got our $5 off. Our purchase limit is 100, so we're just saying 100 can be used, then they'll be disabled. And we've also indicated that only 2 tickets can be used at this price point per patron. So you have the ability to be able to create as many as you want to based on your pricing codes. You can create more than just the one that I'm showing. And then on the left-hand or right-hand side, you're going to see those that are purchased and reflect against it. We'll go into, let's see, we'll go into price point 3, which is going to be our higher price point. And we've got a tab here called Maintain Automatic Price Changes. So one of our newest features is dynamic pricing. As Wendy said, we've always had dates and the ability to be able to schedule a price change on a specific date. You can change it multiple times if you want to. But we recently added the ability for inventory. And the nice thing about inventory is that you set it and forget it. Same with date, but this is going to be revolved around your inventory levels. And the system monitors your inventory levels and then will automatically make that price change based on the inventory level. So you can see that I can change a price point at 30%. I can create that and change my price points, invoke it, and then when my inventory reaches 30%, it's going to automatically change it. So I mean, I've always said that this is kind of a cool way to be able to be able to train your patrons into knowing that maybe the first couple of weeks it's going to be the standard pricing, third week it's going to go up, etc. So you do have the ability to be able to, based on your requirements, change your pricing dynamically and automatically, and that's the important part, is automatically. Our packages and bundles, we kind of touched on that a little bit on the front side. So you do have the ability to create as many packages as you want to, as well as bundles. And when you're creating your bundles, as I said, you're creating a list of events or performances to present to your patron where they can pick and choose to create their own kind of personalized package. You saw a lot of pictures, you saw YouTube videos, you saw view from the seats, etc. So image management is important to create that experience for your patron, and you're going to be able to upload those images and incorporate it in that sales process. Wendy mentioned we have somewhere between 90 and 100 standard reports. They're all subdivided into categories. So if I click on ticket inventory, it's going to give you an alphabetical list of all of the reports that are under our ticket inventory. It's going to show you which reports are exportable out into an Excel format, and it's going to give you a brief understanding of what to expect with each of these reports. Fund development and memberships. We do these extremely well. There's so much flexibility in both of these segments. And as Wendy mentioned with the memberships have benefits. Our system will automatically recognize, and you saw that on the online side, a member or a new member and offer them the benefits or the perks based on what you've built on the back end. Under our marketing tab, we have a scheduled broadcast message. This is a triggered message, and this is only one of two. So this is kind of the overarching site message that you can create. I always use it as, maybe 2 weeks out, you remind them that they've got tickets to an upcoming performance. Again, set it and forget it. And then we have a second one at the performance level where you can be a little more customized to that performance. Tell them about a particular item about the performance, or maybe you live where I do, which is in Liverpool, New York, and we have winter, and maybe a performance has to be canceled. So immediately you can send out those emails and let them know that a performance has been canceled. Wendy touched a little bit about our newest integration with Emma. So this is where the Emma lives underneath our marketing tab, and the ability to be able to create campaigns based on templates, templates that we provide to you, and then you can capture those open and close rates and even understand what the revenue factor is from those particular campaigns. User management, this is where you would create your users, your user IDs, their passwords, and then put them into a user group, and then be able to segment and determine what security permissions are around each of the users. So this ends my very high-end overview of our accesso ShoWare platform. I'm going to be passing controls back over to Wendy, where she'll be able to finish up our webinar. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you, Missy. Great job. All right, let's finish this up here. So during today's webinar, we definitely covered a lot of ground, and I hope you're able to walk away with a better understanding of how we approach the theater and performing arts market, and more importantly, that we start by seeing ourselves first as a partner. We partner with you to help connect visitors to your brand, to your voice, and to your experience, because we succeed when you do. And that really starts with a focus on ticketing. Ticketing is our core competency, and accesso is arguably the attraction and cultural industry standard. We work closely with our clients every day to ensure we're helping to streamline ticketing operations and driving revenue to your venue, and always with the demand to provide that great experience for your patrons. Innovation is at the heart of the entire accesso product line. We reinvest in our solution with development dollars that are equal to some of our competitors' entire annual revenues. And our aggressive development cycle allows us to deploy regular updates and enhancements to our system, and we highlighted today some of those newer features specifically developed for this market, including integrated email marketing and dynamic pricing and price code limits and enhanced mobile features, among others. We're not just a team of programmers or web developers who happen to cater to attraction and cultural art venues. We are attraction and cultural art executives and marketers and operators and developers who have experience in world-class solutions to address the specific needs of your industry. So while it's not impossible to replicate our solutions or offerings, it's incredibly difficult to replicate our focus on service and execution and innovation. So thank you again, and at this time I'd like to open the floor to any questions. Katie, do we have any questions?
Thanks, Wendy. We do have a few questions that have been submitted, so let's go ahead and start with this one. When a patron is using guest checkout, is the information still retained?
So yes, if you remember when we talked a little bit during the demo portion, even if they use the guest checkout, we're still capturing their name, address, and email. And it's real time, and it still is added into your database and still is reportable. So yes, you're still capturing that information for marketing purposes.
Great, nice and simple. All right, our next question is, do I need an Emma account in order to use the email marketing feature?
Yes, you do. Probably the best way is to work with your client services manager. They will connect you with Emma to be able to create that pro account for you. And then they will help that integration process into the accesso ShoWare solution. As a pro account owner, you will also have the ability to go outside of the solution, the accesso ShoWare solution, and be able to utilize some of the other tools that Emma provides.
Great. All right, the next question is, I noticed you support mixed products in the basket. So if someone puts both tickets and a donation in the basket, will they get a confirmation email as well as a thank you letter?
So yes, every order will get a confirmation email, whether that's from the online side sale or the box office. And as long as you have created that email on the donation side, they will automatically get that thank you email as well.
Okay, great. And it looks like the last question that we have is, how are releases deployed?
As a client of accesso ShoWare, we're all on the same core version. Major features are released probably each quarter, smaller releases in between. And what we do is a rapid release because everybody's on the same version. So depending on what that major feature is, you will automatically get it. You won't have to be down or schedule any time to be able to be uploaded or upgraded onto the latest and greatest version.
All right.
And I'll just add in as just a little teaser, there is a new feature development that's coming out that does give you a heads-up pop-up when a new feature has been deployed and lets you go and explore it on the system. So as soon as you log in, you see a notification about the new feature and gives you all the information you need to use it.
That is very true.
Little teaser. So that was it, Katie, for questions?
Yep, that was it.
Wonderful. Thank you, everybody, for your time and attending and your attention to attending today's webinar. We'll receive an email tomorrow with a link to access the recording. We'd also like to invite and encourage you to talk with our sales team about a more personalized demo where we can explore your unique goals and needs. And to speak with a rep, it's very simple. Just reach out to us at sales@accesso.com. So thank you again, and on behalf of Missy and myself, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.